Wow, a special day from Love and Hip Hop. A man with a name that is
so 1994.
It rings bells. Rich Dollaz.
What's happening, yo?
Yo, what up, man?
Ain't nothing. Slow motion.
So listen, man, let's get right to it. On the show, Love and Hip Hop.
Go in.
Fox.
Go in.
I know you want to go in.
What's up, Kay?
Well, it's not that I want to go in. I just need some clarity because it seems like this show is all over the place and it's becoming a little too real. You know, like meaning that you've been getting arrested multiple times within the past.
I haven't.
Well, you got arrested at some comedy show supposedly or a talent show.
I was okay.
So
the video that's out is that same arrest. I went to Memphis to host a showcase. The girl brought the cops to the hotel room.
This is your alleged baby mom.
Right.
Okay.
There was a paternity. I had missed a date for paternity that I didn't get, which they admitted that I didn't get because they were sending it to the wrong address. So obviously, when you do that, the warrant is issued. So when you go in town, she brought the cops to the hotel. I get arrested. So then I go in there real quick, in and out. I get my hearing, and I get ROR, released on my own recognizance. The judge is like, go about your business.
Oh, so this was the same arrest that happened?
Yeah, same arrest.
Okay.
So,
on
but
video.
but now the video comes out, which makes it look like it's something different than what it
it
actually was. It's not two. It's just the same.
And how long ago was the first one?
It's only one.
It's
The rest
only
was
one.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
And the video just came out.
Got it.
They just aired the video
All
now.
right.
So I
one
had
time-
a hearing. Went back for the hearing. They give you a date, and everybody's like, yo, you're a deadbeat, but you can't be a deadbeat without having established paternity. That's all I'm going to say about that.
My thing is, now the child is how old?
12.
So why so long? Why not get it done earlier to get it out the way and not have this thing drag on?
It just actually started coming up.
Okay.
It actually just started coming up.
So did you had sex with this woman 12 years ago, and now it's just coming up?
And now it's just coming up. It's just coming up to this degree, yeah.
You're popping off.
Do you think it has something to do with you being on television now? Well,
I mean, I try to tread lightly with this topic because there is a kid involved.
Yeah.
But if I had to assess the situation, I would absolutely say this has something to do with television, maybe wanting to be on television, calls to Mona Scott Young about being on television.
oh, wow.
All that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know, I mean, if it's about the baby, then you file paternity and you get your money and you move on with life. I don't understand why this is such a big deal. I'm not.
And you're in a place now where this is your kid, or
We haven't established that yet. When I went to court the other day, in Memphis, I sent my lawyer down there. He went to court the other day, and now they set up a trial. What they do is they set up a hearing first. You go to jail, you get a hearing. After the hearing, you go, and then they give you a court date for you to actually take the test. But because I'm an out-of-stater, they allowed me to take the test, move it to whoever they take, test results from.
Oh, so you was
And
moving
then-
around in Tennessee, boy. 12
like
years
that.
ago, you was
Something
knocking
like
some
that.
things down.
Something like that.
You guys are proud of
Wow.
this?
No, but he was knocking some things down.
Let's be
My
realistic.
Lord.
Things were getting
So, long story short, baby's mine, absolutely take care of it. Has it taken too long? Absolutely has. Am I partly at fault for that? Absolutely am. Baby's mine, when we get this test done, there's nothing else to talk about.
You're gonna
so
take
all
care
the
of it.
slander and everything,
Okay.
If this baby's yours, Erica
Then-
Mena better get her career popping.
Because you got to take care of that little
'cause
tiny
you gonna have to-
12-year-old baby.
that
Yeah.
little tiny 12-year-old, yeah.
You got like 5 years to make this kid get 18. So it's Jordan time, school time, college time. They're going to stick you for all of that.
Quality
Hard
time.
Quality time, exactly.
Yeah. Now, we spoke to Erica Mena a little earlier, and
Okay.
Ebro.
I don't believe you guys are dating. I don't
Yeah.
believe you're together.
Why not?
He said it
'cause
straight out.
Yeah, here's my thing. I've known you for at least a decade.
That's a long time.
You looking real corny on this TV thing.
Why you say that, E?
You crying and arguing with floozies in the street, and I've just known you, and I'm like,
yeah.
this not. Well, all right, he's getting a check and he's on TV. I'm gonna play along too.
But that's
now that you
corny,
hear,
but I'm saying though, like, all right, everything is what it is.
all right,
I'm not here to defend any of my actions,
okay.
but in living real life, have we all not had situations? Have we all not had situations that might make you be like, yo, the next day you be like, damn, I was corny for that. Like that, does that make me corny?
So you're
because
saying-
I've had a corny situation.
So you look back on some things that you see on TV and you're like,
Hindsight 2020, absolutely,
All right,
absolutely.
fair enough.
But I
Wait,
think
let's
we all do
establish
that.
this.
Do we not
Are
all
you
do
guys
that?
together, you and Erica, like in real life? Like that's not just for TV?
I'm just trying to get through this show at this point.
Okay.
Like me and Erica met. Crazy part is you were with me on our first date when we went to
Really?
4040.
Oh, I ran into
She
you
had
guys
just
there.
come back from LA. We were hanging out. That was in February
I
of
remember
last
that.
year.
K Fox night. We've
No, no,
never.
no.
None of
Hold
us
on a
were
second.
invited.
No. It was what event was that?
It was the grand opening of 4040.
Yeah, it was that event. All of you guys
Oh,
were
the new
invited.
joint.
Yeah, the new joint.
You were there?
Oh,
We spoke.
Yeah.
That was our first time. She had just came back from LA. We were sitting down talking, having a conversation. That was the first time we had actually hit the streets.
And that's when you were like, I'm managing her now. And I was
Right.
like, oh, okay.
And then when did you take it from managing to smash?
When did you decide to shit where you eat?
Oh my God.
That's
It's just a
crazy.
saying.
Ebro's being hard on me this morning.
He
I don't know
is.
how I feel.
No, because look, you my boy. I've
Right.
known you for a while.
Right?
The same way
So
you would pull me aside, or if we was on the radio, you'd be like, yo, my dude, I'm the same thing. I'm not turning my back on you.
Right. Okay. So
I'm
I
giving
guess
you props for smashing that. I just want to know when it happened.
I'll do it a little lighter. When did you guys decide to take your relations to the next level?
it actually happened through working. So when we all hung out on February, whatever that was, 4040, we started working together. She had moved to New York. And that's when, trying to figure out what was going on with her. Musically, I don't know that people are going to take Erica serious right away. But the modeling, well, she was in Max. Like, she's done the top of the things that models do. Like, I don't know if it gets much better for her in that world. So to say that she has no talent and isn't able to do things, she's absolutely successful in her own world. Now, I'm trying to venture off into the modeling world. Now, venturing off into this musical genre, that's something different. That it's going to take a little time.
So you're equally as concerned as everyone else about the fact that she's not really a singer, but she is a hot girl that maybe you put her on like J-Lo it up. You know what I mean? The hot girl on the hot record with the right rapper.
But isn't 2013 the musical world about the brand, about the crazy, about the everybody talking about you?
Some.
Because I know Shorty's booked every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday right now for probably the next 3 months.
What's she getting every weekend? What's she bringing in?
She probably bringing in between 15 and 20 a weekend.
That's great.
$15 and $20.
Grand.
Oh.
Ebro,
My bad.
Ebro,
Grand.
come on.
And I'm like, to say that, now the music is definitely a concern. I'm concerned because I think everybody deserves a chance. I remember working with people who people didn't think was talented. So this isn't my first time being here. I've been here before.
All right.
And now people are musical geniuses to the world that people wouldn't even get a
But
shot.
you know Erica's
7 years
not.
ago.
We're not
comparing.
saying, we're not doing
I'm
that.
just saying from a place of.
Yeah.
Who was someone you worked with that everyone?
I work with Ryan. I
Ryan
work with Ryan.
Leslie.
I broke Ryan Leslie.
And no one cared at first. Everyone.
Diamond Girl. You understand that Ryan was signing Universal since 04? And we didn't put Diamond Girl out till 07?
Damn.
And this is after Tommy left and gave Casablanca away and it became Next Election. And all that happened before Ryan released Diamond Girl. Nobody cared about Ryan.
I'm not saying this is a great example, but Cassie, didn't you work with Cassie
Cassie's
as well?
Me and You record was
doesn't have the
was
greatest
Ryan
voice,
wrote and
but-
produced it, and
I
that was
love
a
Me and
record
You.
that was
Ryan
a smash.
Leslie was knocking that down back in the day.
Sherry Dennis, I Love You.
Thank you.
But she
That
can sing.
Sherry was on Bad Boy for quite a while before she came out with I Love You and had her own actual
How is Sherry
barcode
doing?
and put in stores.
How is Sherry doing?
She's good. She's good. At Cherry Coke on Twitter if anybody wants to holler at
So
her.
you still work with her too?
I still talk to Sherry. We haven't worked together recently. We're gonna do something. That's my girl.
Now look, I don't know what the issue's been with Olivia since we're talking about your resume.
Okay.
Since Olivia got signed to J Records and had, what was it, Bounce was her first
Bounce,
single. I knew
right.
Olivia back then. I'm not quite sure what happened, but Olivia can sing and is a good-looking girl. What's the issue with Olivia? How come she ain't really?
I take Olivia too. I just want to.
Just for the record, you knocked that down.
Erica, Olivia, I know they have problems.
Cassie.
Cassie's not involved, but me, Erica, and Olivia, with one night, we could solve all these problems. Sorry, go ahead.
Lives in a great place right now.
Okay.
And I think Jerry. She's with Jerry Wonder, and
What's up?
Jerry's
Wonder
a monster.
Music. That's
What up,
family.
Jerry?
That's our family.
He's a monster. Obviously, 3 Grammy nominations this year. So shout out to Jerry Wonder and his resume.
Nice.
We all know what that consists of. I don't think that Liv has made the right decisions at J Records. I think it was a bit of a identity crisis, being a young girl trying to fit into a system. Then going to G Unit, at the time being the hottest label in the world, but did G Unit really
Help
want to
her.
help her, or were they just looking for a girl because the guys across the block had a girl at that time?
Right.
So it didn't really help her career. Now, we all know that the longer you're here and the less content you have, the less, I guess, it becomes difficult. Because even today, the trick to music is to put out a record that's relevant today to allow you to go back and do all your old records. That's how you get an hour show. Like, because I don't think anybody really, the attention span of the person today's music world is not a 50-minute album.
You're
And
right about
labels
that.
rarely give you more than 2 singles anyway. You're in and out, R&B, rap, whatever it is. So Liv doesn't have that content, has never had that content. So it's kind of like she's just been here. And then you put her in situations where it's like, it takes away from her identity. You don't really know who she is. So
But that's
right
the
now,
thing. You figured the reality show, she would reveal more of herself.
but she's more of a 2001, 2002 person as it pertains to this music and how she moves. She's not with the drama. She's not with building the brand. She's not with screaming and hollering. She ain't with shaking the table.
She might need to turn up.
Turn up for TV.
But that's
Turn
what it
up.
is. Turn up for TV.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if that's not who you are, it becomes difficult for somebody to do that if that's just not your personality.
So she's got some decisions that she has to make. Now, you guys premiered a record last night with Funkmaster Flex.
Right.
It's Olivia and French Montana.
Right.
Now, this is produced by Jerry Wonder.
That's the real collaboration, because I know I caught a lot of heat for the other collaboration, but understanding what it is, that's the real collaboration.
The other
Olivia
collaboration being
was the one that was supposed to be on TV with Constance record.
Got it.
So Olivia is working with Jerry, obviously, and he produced the I Do record with her and Frenchie.
Is there going to be a collaboration between Erica Mena and Olivia?
No. I can't even get them in the same room, much less
wow.
collaborate.
There may be a collaboration. Maybe Erica's foot collaborating with Olivia's neck, or vice versa.
Turn up!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are hanging out with a gentleman who often spends time with many different women that I would have sex with if given my druthers. He's not up there popping Molly or at least that I know of.
He definitely is not.
And
Yep.
he's admitted to some of his corny activity, and in retrospect
I
would
definitely
have
have not admitted to being corny, as Ebro says, and it's pissing me off at this point.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all
But
right.
but you
Look,
know
look.
what?
Ebro's
I'm-
corny too.
look,
Tahiri came up here and pulled
she
his
did.
card too.
Did she?
Yeah, but
she
she was
did.
just taking stabs because you know what that is.
What's
you know,
that?
You know what girls do.
What do they
wants it.
do?
You mean she wants a
You
little?
know what girls
What do
do.
us
You know
ladies
what they
do?
You corny, but you know what it is. I'll take that.
Well,
Mama.
you was flirting with Tahiri too on the show. Looked like y'all was giving each other some play.
I like pretty girls.
But Erica was
Classic.
right there at the same time.
Say it again. Just say the same thing again.
I like pretty girls.
That's what got your ass in trouble in Memphis.
She ain't even. I like. Yeah. Let me be quiet. Yep.
All right, we digress. But
Let me be quiet.
moving right along, I was watching the show the other night, and Erica and Olivia, they sat down, but I guess it didn't go as planned because it got a little crazy. What happened?
I just wanted to all get along. So I think that in putting them both together was to kind of squash some of the beef and maybe smooth it out a little bit, but it went a different direction.
But
It
Erica's
went-
a hothead.
She's a firecracker.
Yeah.
Yo, she's on drugs, fam. She's doing drugs.
Nah. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make this this guy here, Rosenberg.
I know he jumps out the window. That's what he does. She's
Come
turned up.
on, E. Come
He's
on, dog.
jumping out.
Listen,
Nah.
she acts
Window
crazy
with
for
the
no
foot.
reason. You're an adult. Like, have a normal conversation. Like,
I
you
get
gotta
it,
be on
but
something.
she's definitely a firecracker. She definitely is
She's a fiery Latina.
she's a fiery Latina. But no,
She is.
Erica is not on drugs. I've never even seen Erica do the socially acceptable stuff. So
So it's the alcohol.
we all drink, right? But I don't know if I don't know if that is a statement to condone behavior. I don't condone some of the behavior.
Okay,
like
fair enough.
you know what I'm saying. But I think that we all have things we need to work on.
Yes.
Wait, just tell me.
So-
what she like? What's she like in the sack though? Because I mean, she's a crazy Latina
Yo.
chick. I know she must.
What were you saying, Kay?
I just wanted to know about the sit down with
I
Olivia
want
and
the
Erica
info.
going
Okay.
wrong, and if these two
Watch the
ladies-
show. Yeah,
And
blah
if-
blah blah.
yeah,
DVR it.
blah, blah,
And if these two
DVR it. I want to know what those things
Yo,
look like.
Ebro's, you're in my personal life. Ebro's calling me corny on,
I want
on
to
the,
talk about
on
the
the biggest
show.
radio station
what
in the world.
actually
Was-
happened? You know what I'm saying? And how you gonna get out of this mess? It just seems like it's spiraling out of control.
It is. I think it needs to be reeled in. Honestly speaking, it does need to be reeled in. Am I looking crazy? Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this. I'm not watching the same show y'all watch on Monday nights. I think that there's redemption. It's coming. I hope. You know what I'm saying?
Redemption for who?
For everybody.
Okay.
For everybody. I think everybody redeems himself to some degree. I don't know if even VH1 wants to see Erica run around arguing with everybody for the next 13 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Does that really
Gets
work for
played out.
anybody? It gets played out.
Yeah.
So there is redemption. Real life is real life. You're going to argue. You're going to have beef. Mona got to chase that. Stephanie got to chase that storyline for whatever it is at that moment. And as things change, I think it kind of simmers out. Maybe, I hope.
Rich Dollaz, ladies and gentlemen, knocking down hot joints that Rosenberg, the married man, wants to know more about.
Yeah,
but
I
we
do.
can't get that. Maybe there'll be a sex tape.
Ooh, I would black out Rich Dollaz and definitely watch Erica get busy.
Wow. I would like to know, after this season is done, the reunion's going to be explosive. I feel it. Would you sign up for another season, considering everything that's already happened?
This is my third. I'd have to really sit down and give that some serious thought because it's never been like this for me before.
You weren't as involved.
I wasn't as involved. I just kind of was Olivia's manager. Like, they used to make fun of me. Rich is Olivia's manager. That's what everybody called me on the streets, but now.
Rom. Yo,
So now it's
that's great.
That is funny.
Now it's a little bit different for me, and I don't know that I was prepared for this.
Well, listen, I think
check
you
would have to be right.
I think you should do another
Absolutely,
season. I think you should do another season because I'll be honest, I would never take you seriously as president of the United States. Rich Dollaz, President Dollaz. That doesn't.
Richard Trowers.
Oh,
Richard Trowers.
That's better. So your last name is not Dollaz.
No, it isn't. Everybody got an industry name at some point, right? I mean, Cypher Sounds name.
Nah, Rosenberg
Cypher?
doesn't. His
Yeah.
real name is
Mine's
Peter.
real.
Peter Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
But that actually is part of your thing.
Well, now it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Rosenberg the Jew, right? That's
See?
His industry name is Paul.
Yeah. No. That's not my industry name. That's my when people meet me on the street name.
Oh, you're Paul Rosenberg.
Paul Rosenberg. Yep. Eminem's man.
What up, Paul? What's going on out there?